Okay, so in the back corner of my basement, amongst all the other junk that I have stored back here, I have these shelves, and on the top shelf I've installed a simple shop light fixture, and I put two full spectrum grow lights in it. I just screwed two hooks into the floor joists, and then the light is suspended with a 1-inch linked chain. And I like the 1-inch linked chain better than the tiny little links or wire or string, because you can raise and lower each side of the light independently. Like if one side you have seedlings that are just emerging from the soil and you want the light right directly above them, you can drop that side down. If you've got larger plants like these onions that are about 2 inches tall, you can put them at the other end where the light is raised. I've also draped aluminum foil over the back side of the light fixture, and I've lined this shelf here with aluminum foil. And the idea is to just increase the light reflection in that little area so that the light waves will hit the plant more times. Sometimes I'll just go ahead and germinate my seeds right here. I've got a heated seed starting mat that I'll just place here, and then I'll just put the 4-inch pots right on that. However, this year it was so cold outside. It was well below freezing, and in this corner of the basement it was like 55 degrees, and even with the heated mat that was far too cold. So what I did was I took a large plastic tub, and I put the seed starting mat in that tub, and I put my pots on that, and then I took that whole tub upstairs where it's about 15 degrees warmer and set it on the counter, and in about 10 days I got a really good germination. So be aware of the temperature in the area where you're trying to germinate. Optimally you want 75 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So the last couple things I want to talk about are watering and airflow. When I'm getting my seeds to germinate in those pots, I'll just water from the top just to make sure that the water passes the seeds and the seeds stay moist the whole time. But you want to be concerned about the temperature of your water. If you've accomplished the goal of getting your seed starting mix to 75, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you dump 55 degree basically cold tap water in that, it's going to shock the seeds, number one. Number two, it's going to lower the temperature of that seed starting mix, and it may take 8 to 10 hours for that mix to warm back up to the optimal temperature. So you want to make sure you use lukewarm water, or at least water that's as warm as the air temperature in the room. So once the seeds germinate and the seedlings begin to grow, you want to start watering from underneath. And what I mean by that is you want to take your 4-inch pot out of the water catcher, pour water into that, and then set your pot back in and let the water wick up through the holes in the pot. That does several things. It discourages disease growth. It discourages the green algae that can sometimes grow on top of the seed starting mix. It also encourages the seedlings to send their roots downward. You want to let that seed mix dry out just a little bit, not become bone dry, but let it get a little bit dry so that those seedlings sense the dryness and send their roots downward. If you keep it moist all the time, the roots have a tendency to just circle around near the top and not go deep down into the pot. The last thing I want to talk about is airflow. I already mentioned the green algae that can grow on top of the seed starting mix, and the two prime reasons that happens is overwatering and lack of airflow. So if you're growing your seedlings in, say, the living area of your house, you probably won't have a problem with airflow, or even if it's in a garage and you have the garage door opening frequently, you're probably not going to have a problem with airflow. If it's in a basement, like an unfinished basement like I have back in this corner, there aren't any vents nearby, and there's not a lot of airflow in this area. So what I'm going to do this year is set up a small fan nearby and blow fresher air into this area, maybe a few hours every other day, and hopefully that will discourage any of that algae from growing on top of the seed mix. So that's about all I have to share with you right now. I hope you found this video beneficial. If you did, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comments section below, and I will see you next time.